I really want to talk about what's going on in the publishing industry with contemporary literature, whatever that means, because as a writer, I have been feeling so stifled by literary agent demands, and I genuinely feel like I'm at the breaking point of being policed as an artist. So, background, I'm currently sending out a novel called Blue Snow, and guys, I trained myself to write on classic literature, not whatever Emma Facelop is coming out today. And the way a novel is traditionally structured is you have something called exposition, which is a fancy word for background. Who are the characters? Where does the story take place, etc. So I have about 2 chapters or 15 pages of backstory, which I think are actually some of my favorite parts of the book because you have these gorgeous character sketches and introductions of the themes, and you just get settled into what this book is going to be. You can see that the exposition is flat in this picture, which means that before the book moves aggressively forward, we need to plant the seeds, as my old English teacher used to call it. So TLDR, my first 2 chapters are on the slower side because that's the case for literally every single novel I've ever read, and that actually creates a very strategic effect. See, if you have this slow, less action-oriented opening, that actually gives you the opportunity to psychologically surprise your reader later on, versus everything being high octane at the start, which just creates similarity throughout. So I send these 2 chapters out to agents, and this is about my 20th draft of these 2 chapters, and literally, I get this response. Guys, this is freaking nuts. I sent her like draft 20 that I've spent 10 hours a day editing for a month, and she says it's an early draft. Why? Because things aren't happening yet. Mind you, she's only seen 10 pages, but it's not enough happening for her yet. Let's highlight the language so you can see clearly. Dramatically, consequence, escalation. Really? Within the first 10 pages? Like, has she ever read a real work of literature? She's calling my backstory rumination because the plot isn't moving forward, and she calls it an early draft because to her, psychological interiority must mean that the writer doesn't know what they're doing. Guys, I'm just venting, but this is nuts. Like, within 10 pages, according to these people, you need to have dramatic escalation when anyone who has read a page of real literature knows that that's not how it works. Real literature requires time and patience and, yes, interiority. And it's so crazy to me that these agents label backstory as rumination just because they want everything to escalate as quick as an action movie. Genuinely, I have no word to this industry. Like, if you want a plot that escalates in 4 seconds, then go write a screenplay or just don't write novels. Find a new hobby.